TIL Dorothy Parker gave her estate to Martin Luther King when she died. After he was killed, her estate was bequeathed to the NAACP. After many years of contestation, during which her ashes were kept in a filing cabinet, she now resides at NAACP headquarters as a defender of human and civil rights. I am a Dorothy Parker fan and never heard any of this. Thanks for sharing. She runs the gamut of emotions from A to B. Dorothy Parker throwing exceptionally catty shade at Katharine Hepburn. Tell him I was too fucking busy, or vice versa. D. Parker. According to the article, her executor, Lillian Hellman, bitterly but unsuccessfully contested this disposition. I'm really curious for more details on that. I love all her quotes, but this one's my favorite. I have it framed over my bar area. I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy. I used to say it was a crime that she wasn't spoken in the same breath as Hemingway and Fitzgerald, but after reading this she should be spoken about in a different, better breath. If I didn't care for fun and such, I'd probably amount to much. But I shall stay the way I am. Because I do not give a damn. My girl. What fresh hell is this? Also, as a second suggestion for her epitaph, she gave. Tell them that wherever I went, including here, it was against my better judgment. Or her excellently cynical yet hopeful poem Symptom Recital. I do not like my state of mind. I'm bitter, querulous, unkind. I hate my legs, I hate my hands. I do not yearn for lovelier lands. I dread the dawn's recurrent light. I hate to go to bed at night. I snoot at simple, earnest folk. I cannot take the gentlest joke. I find no peace in paint or type. My world is but a lot of tripe. I'm disillusioned, empty-breasted. For what I think, I'd be arrested. I am not sick, I am not well. My quantum dreams are shot to hell. My soul is crushed, my spirit sore. I do not like me any more. I cavil, quarrel, grumble, grouse. I ponder on the narrow house. I shudder at the thought of men. I'm due to fall in love again. Or even. If you want to know what God thinks of money, just look at the people he gives it to. I could go all day. Now I know the things I know, and I do the things I do, and if you do not like me so, to hell, my love, with you. This might be one of my favorite things to learn ever. My all-time favorite writer. Sometimes I feel her and Robert Benchley are two creative geniuses often overlooked. I've always loved her poem Resume. Razors pain you. Rivers are damp. Acids stain you. And drugs cause cramp. Guns aren't lawful. Nooses give. Gas smells awful. You might as well live. Cole Porter also included her in a lyric, the introductory verse to it was just one of those things. As Dorothy Parker once said, to her boyfriend fare thee well. Which is funny because she was well known for really raking her exes over the coals. Naturally, men scared to make pictures about the American Negro, men who only in the last year have allowed the word Jew to be spoken in a picture, men who took more than 10 years to make an anti-fascist picture, those are frightened men and you pick frightened men to frighten first. Judas goats, they'll lead the others, asterisk maybe, to the slaughter for you. This was written by her executor, Lillian Hellman, who apparently tried to stop the funds transfer, so I went to her wiki to see if they said exactly why at the time, but I came upon this quote and damn. Context for the quote: in November 1947, the leaders of the motion picture industry decided to deny employment to anyone who refused to answer questions posed by the House Un-American Activities Committee, https://en. M. Wikipedia, org/wiki/house_un-American_activities_committee. Following the Hollywood 10, https://en. M. Wikipedia, org/wiki/Hollywood_10, s defiance of the committee, Hellman wrote an editorial in the December issue of Screenwriter, the publication of the Screenwriters Guild. Titled The Judas Goats, it mocked the committee and derided producers for allowing themselves to be intimidated. It said in Part 55, https://en. m. Wikipedia, org/wiki/Lillian_Hellman #site_note 55. And noted member of the Algonquin 4 to the thrilling Adventure Hour fans. Pretty progressive for a white German Jew to will her estate to King in the 1960s. Excellent author right up there with Virginia Woolf. If I grow up, I want to be Dorothy Parker. What a fabulous woman she was. Wasn't it Parker, who was filling in for Robert Benchley, the constant reader at The New Yorker, did a review of A. Milnespu and said tons tant wieder flout up, until that she was a credited writer of the original A Star is Born screenplay. All that just because Prince wrote a song about her? I kid I swear, wills should be more respected by the law and courts. Greedy relatives waste a lot of the money trying to get something for nothing. Offspring and other relatives deserve nothing when someone dies. Glad this turned out as Dorothy would have wanted. Wait, this is the Dorothy Parker Prince sang about. My mother always called me her little Dorothy Parker because I was such a serious and deadpan kid. Always love her since then, and especially love her now. Razors pain you. Rivers are damp. Acids stain you. And drugs cause cramp. Guns aren't lawful. Nooses give. Gas smells awful. You might as well live. As a Dorothy Parker fan, this warms my heart. Prince's The Ballad of Dorothy Parker has new context for me now. We'll have to re-listen. I'm never going to be famous. My name will never be writ large on the roster of those who do things. I don't do anything. Not one single thing. I used to bite my nails, but I don't even do that anymore. Dorothy Parker. Noble Lords of Cinder. Can someone elify this? Did the executor of her will fight against her intentions? Can they even do that? For whatever reason, I have always mixed up Dorothy Parker and Bonnie Parker, of Bonnie and Clyde fame. So headline surprised me. You see, there are so many women you don't hear about who were just badasses. Thanks for this TIL. What a nice woman. I can't hear the word bequeathed without thinking of cylinders of Chevy Chase's sperm. Even though those are two different episodes. And before they start using real bullets because they ran out of rubber ones. What a great role model, truly the baddest bitch. She was a white ally before it was cool. Respect. Was she filed under P for Parker, or A for Ashes? One of my favorite authors. You should check out MRS. Parker and the Vicious Circle. Jennifer Jason Leigh plays Dorothy. Amazing ensemble cast including Campbell Scott, Martha Plimpton, Matthew Broderick, and Gwyneth Paltrow. Directed by Alan Rudolph. Martin Luther King Jr. Great story. I wonder if it had anything to do with Prince's admiration for her. https://www. youtube.com/watch, v=5nrdzfbshdu. Wills are pointless. Make a trust people. I did not know that. Thank you for sharing. Dorothy Parker is a goddess. I have a tattoo of her with "Excuse my dust." Dorothy Parker was cool as shit. They kept her ashes in a filing cabinet. When she says let's face for privacy, it looks like she gave about $80,000 in today's dollars. You will never hear the media talk about this. She has an opera named Hate Songs. It's a feminist anthem. She's a beast.